So hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. There's so much to talk about in this video. I actually made notes. Granted, they're not very good, but I need to stay on track somehow. Also, if you can hear a continuous stream of water in the background, that's because I got a fish tank chilling on my table with the filter, and I didn't really think the placement of it through very well. So apologies if you get the sudden urge to pee from the constant running water sound, but there you go. So, season 6. I haven't been like keeping up with what people are saying about it online, but from what I kind of saw as I was going through the episodes, I guess week by week, was people seem to like the season a lot more than the past two, which is good. I think it's because the anthology style really just, it worked. I said it in almost every single reaction video or chat video I posted afterwards. It just worked. Especially like with the cast this big, if they hadn't followed that style, the episodes would have been too chaotic, there would have been too much going on. I think that like zooming in on a small group of people per episode and just sticking with their story and following what's going on with them is the best way to go, especially with like a cast this big and with so many fucking storylines going on as well. They let kind of smaller, more background or B characters shine as well, instead of just focusing on the same kind of mains that they always do. Something that really worked this season super fucking well, that I didn't even realise until finishing and going back and kind of quickly skimming through the episodes again to do this video, is we ended the season in a very similar way to how we started it. So we started the season with Rachel and her baby, with Morgan coming across them, and then we ended it the same way but with her walkified body coming across him, which was so fucking sad, but like, whoa. I liked that full circle. I liked that like neat tie-up. There was a brief moment of absolute wild confusion though when she started putting the kid onto her back and she trusted Rufus with her baby's life to lead them to somebody. I was like, what in the love of fuck are you doing? I don't know, pregnancies in the apocalypse world, yeah, it makes sense that they'd all be disasters, but from what we've seen from this show, they're particularly difficult. I mean, like in The Walking Dead, Michonne had a kid and was fine. I mean, Laurie, yeah, well, she didn't really survive that, did she? But I feel like pregnancies generally go kind of better in The Walking Dead than they do in Fear. Grace's episode, what was the name of her episode? In Dreams. Grace's episode was so... I loved it. Okay, I loved it. I loved that it was kind of trippy. It had that dreamlike feel to it. But the twist at the end and the acting in that episode, holy fuck. Grace and Morgan as a couple, I really liked seeing more of them and seeing them gel throughout the season. But when they nearly died towards the end, where you have the two of them in the submarine and they kind of accept the fact that this is it, again, I don't know why, there was just like certain moments in the season that hit in the crotch of the feelings that I wasn't really expecting. And I don't know, is that just because I've been made more sensitive this past year or what the fuck, but yeah, the two of them together, really liked them. Her episode, everything about her episode for me worked. I liked the dreamlike sequence, I liked the feel of it, I like the story and the twist and just everything about it, and it was fucking heartbreaking. And you know, like when you're watching a show, you're aware it's a show, it's fake, it's not real, and you're like, oh, that's so sad, but like it's not real, whatever. There was just something about the twist in that episode and that episode in general that was just so genuinely tragic that, yeah, fucked me up for a few hours after I watched it, I'm not gonna lie. Strand this season, my man went through some character developments and was just backflipping through storylines. I mean, look, we all know Strand when he came into the show, he would do whatever he had to do to survive. He was ruthless, whatever. We know that's his character. We know he's a survivor. I did really like that speech he gave at the very end of the season. It was very fitting for him and I did like it. But him, like, pushing Morgan and, like, the whole attempted murder fucking thing that Morgan then just glossed over and was like, yeah, no, it's fine, whatever. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I feel like we took Strand to so much change and so much effort into, like, you know, the relationship he struck up with Alicia and all other characters. I just feel like him, you know, casually trying to kill Morgan, it just, to me, it didn't fit. And you have everyone going, no, I've had people say to me, no, it's completely in his storyline, it's within character. I'm like, it would have been seasons ago. I just feel like now he's not someone who would willingly kill any of our group, even if it was for the greater good. Maybe that's just my opinion, I don't know. You know, the whole small little storyline he took on where he was kind of made sheriff and then he wasn't, and then the ending in the art attic museum place with that guy, it was unexpected. I love Strand though. I've always enjoyed watching him. I'm like, if they set him up to become a villain, I will scream because I love him. It kind of, I could see how they would, and I could see how that would work, but like, I don't want to be against him, if you get me. This season as well, we had the rise and fall of Virginia, who, I don't know, she was just kind of character who just pissed me off so much, and I just fucking hated her. So she did her job well. Her and Dakota, their little storyline, it was good. I liked it. It was interesting to watch play out. Dakota's ending was so dramatic and so just kind of final and straight out of nowhere that it was... She just got like absolutely fried, crispy, fresh, incinerated, boom, and then she was gone. The cult, I'm just like, is that it now for the cult? Is that all we're going to see? Teddy had survived before, like, pre-apocalypse, right? He was what? He was like a murderer or some shit, I don't fucking know. Hunted by John Dory's dad, locked in a jail cell, and then somehow escaped and formed a doomsday cult, which was going quite well for him. And then naturally, he meets our group, our people, our crew, and everything just goes tits up. Makes sense. I'm kind of bummed that he's gone though, because I thought he would have been a fun little crazy motherfucker to watch for at least a few more episodes, but he's gone. Presumably the cult is gone. Virginia's gone. Dakota's gone. Anyone that was a threat really this season is dead, with the exception of Strand, if they take his character in that direction. I think Coleman would absolutely own it and kill it if he did take on that role, that story with Strand, but I just don't know how I feel about that just yet. I'm glad that Dakota got the ending that she did, because like I said it in a few videos, and I said it in a few chatty videos, I guess. Look, yeah, she's a kid, whatever. The world is a big scary fucking place as is. Can't even imagine what that would be like in Apocalypse Land. Okay, I get that. But we already saw that kind of character progression and the change with Charlie. So like, what option did they have, I guess? You're either going to give her a shot at redemption and rehash someone else's storyline onto a new character, or just kill her off. You know? I wasn't really seeing her death coming this soon, but I thought it was handled well. Side note, don't send any hate to the actors. God bless her. Your one who plays Dakota, she's quite young. She did a killer job, because every time she was on screen, I just wanted to like eat glass or rage. So she did a great job. Fine little actress. But yeah, I don't think any of my viewers would anyway, but I know I'd seen a few mean comments going around online targeted towards certain actors. And look, if an actor makes you hate the role of the character they're portraying, then they're doing their job. Similarly to as if they make you love them. Why is speaking so difficult today? What the fuck? Let's talk about the saddest rip your heart out your chest and shove it into a blender moment in the whole season for me was Dory's exit. Listen, it's always going to be sad when a fan favourite gets written off a show. The postman is here. Balls. What was I even saying? Yeah, so Dory's exit from the show. It's always sad when a fad favourite gets written off, but this just hurt particularly deep. He was my favourite character. I adored him. I think Garrett is an incredible actor. But, you know, like when Nick left the show, and it turned out that Frank Delane just wanted to pursue other projects or whatever. Like when the actor wants to move on, you know, that's it. It's time. Their time to move to different projects. It's their right too, you know. As an actor, I can't imagine living in a role for so long and getting so used to it and it becoming your life, you know. So it's understandable that you'd want to pursue other things, but it's still sad. I think the way they handled Dory's death was insane. I just didn't expect it to happen the way that it did. Looking back on it, I'm still like, they really did that, huh? June as well, I thought she'd go a bit more off the rails than she did go. Now, she did do a little bit of murder after John died. So, like, maybe she did go a bit off the rails. But I was expecting her to go balls to the wall crazy. So, fair play to her for getting a handle on her emotions. Couldn't be me. I would not have that kind of mental capacity. So, props to her. But yeah, I mean, Jesus, everything about that scene where he comes up out the water and you're thinking, is he, isn't he, is he okay? What's the deal? And then his little walker-fied head pops up and you're like, well, I didn't expect to cry today, but here we are. Another thing this season as well that was kind of unexpected, but I guess a good addition would be what they've done with Daniel's character, taking Daniel and giving him such a regular human life problem, right? Because in the apocalypse, it's all like, you gotta survive, you gotta live, the people are the problem, we know. But seeing somebody like Daniel struggle with, was it even explained what it was that was wrong with him? Or it was just, you know, June was like, yeah, it's some kind of psychological disorder. I don't know though, I'm gonna have to go read a book or something. To me, it seemed like dementia or Alzheimer's or some form of PTSD or some form of something. Seeing somebody deal with mental health problems in the apocalypse, it's just not something that you'd expect to see. But it's something that would still be a problem. It would still happen, you know? So I think that was an interesting thing to put into the storyline. It's something that we haven't really seen. Sherry and Dwight, listen! I get it that people change over time. Your wants, your needs, everything. But like, their whole Ross and Rachel, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? Are they breaking up? Are they together? Is she leaving? Is she staying? I don't know what the fuck to make of it. I think she decided to stay in the end, didn't she? She decided to kind of let go of the rage or try and move past it because she's seen how that can warp a brain and how hatred and all that can twist your mind and whatnot. But like, I'm guessing she must have noticed that before now, and she must have known that before now. So is it only a matter of time before she wants to go and seek revenge again? And listen, don't blame her. I don't blame her whatsoever. If I was her, I probably would have stabbed Negan in his sleep or set fire to his bed or, you know, boiled his water as he was showering and burned him alive. So I don't blame her for wanting revenge. I'm just kind of like, I wish she wouldn't be so flighty with Dwight, I guess, because like, he's been there for her pretty much through all of it, and he's like, okay, you want to go get revenge? That's fine, you can do that, we can go do that. And I don't know. Again, like with Daniel though, it's interesting to see that they included something like that with the character. So to show Sherry's PTSD, or to see her dealing with grief, or to see her dealing with unresolved issues of anger and sadness and whatever it is that she's dealing with post life with Negan, I think it's needed, because especially with like the kind of redemption arc Negan has taken on and the way his storyline has changed in recent seasons, it is kind of slipping people's mind a little bit what he has done in the past, and how just because, you know, he may have moved on doesn't mean like the people's lives that he affected and his victims, it doesn't mean they've moved on. So I guess it's interesting to kind of bring that up again and rehash it again with Sherry and getting to see that played out. Yeah, something else I really liked about the season that doesn't really have much to do with storyline but more behind the scenes is Lenny James and Coleman Domingo both directed episodes this season. And I love that. I've said it before, I love it when actors get behind the camera, because I feel like, you know, who's going to understand their characters or the mood of a scene more than the person who's playing the role and has been in the role for years. So I like that. I like when you get to see the cast being more hands-on and they're given a more kind of intimate role within an episode. Why is my speaking so weird today? I don't know. You know, I don't know. Is it any weirder than usual? Probably not. But yeah, you guys, that is it for this video. I just thought that I would jump on, give a little bit of a chat as to what I thought about the season, a little bit of a kind of review. Let me know your thoughts down below. The final season of The Walking Dead season 11 is starting up soon, so there'll be reactions for that here. I'm trying not to think about the fact it's the final season, okay? Okay. The link to my Patreon is down below, where I do a whole bunch of reactions. I do 2 videos a day. Currently, I'm doing reactions for shows like The 100, Teen Wolf, Shadowhunters, Lucifer. I recently started reactions for Doom Patrol, and I'm also going through the MCU. So I'm doing a whole bunch of Marvel movies. I think I've just started phase 3. Phase 3 or 4, I don't know. It's a bit confusing. But yeah, the link to that's down below if you want to check that out and support. I would very much appreciate it. And if not, that's totally grand too. The link to my Twitter and my Instagram is down below if you want to say hello. On a different platform, I suppose. So yeah, it feels weird to be saying goodbye to season 6, because it kind of feels like it just started. And I'm not really great at goodbyes. But let's let's not think about that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for watching another season of a show with me. Wow. The countdown to season 11 of The Walking Dead begins, and I guess season 7 of Fear, even though I don't think there's any news on that as of yet. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.